So welcome in this class. In this session, you're going to prove that curl of a sum of two vectors is the same as the sum of curl of the expected vectors. So this is what I mean. So show that curl of A plus B, where A and B are vectors, is the same as curl of A plus curl of B. i.e., if you write in this form, then we have curl of A plus curl of B. So that's the result that we want to prove. So start from definition. So proof. Let A be the vector given by A1 I plus A2 J plus A3 K, and B be the vector given by B1 I plus B2 J plus B3 K. And then as usual, this is given by partial xi, partial yj, plus partial zk. So that's what we have from definition. Now A plus B will be given by A1 I plus A2 J plus A3 K plus B1 I plus B2 J plus B3 K. And then when you're adding vectors, we add corresponding components. So this will give us A plus B to be A1 plus B1I plus A2 plus B2 J plus A3 plus B3 K. So therefore now let's start by defining curl of the sum of A plus B. This will be equals to partial xi plus partial yj plus partial zk cross A1 plus B1 I plus A2 plus B2 J plus A3 plus B3K. That's just by definition. And you know, curl is usually given in terms of a determinant. So because of this cross product, so i.e. curl of the sum of A and B will be the determinant I, J, K, and then partial X, partial Y, partial Z. And the component of I, this one is A1 plus B1. Here we have A2 plus B2. And there you have A3 plus B3. So that's just by definition of curl. So then, remember the sign of this is usually plus. This is minus. This is plus. So therefore, we'll have I, determinant of, delete this row, delete this column. So partial Y, partial Z, then A1, A2 plus B2. Can put this in brackets. A3 plus B3 minus J submatrix, delete this row, this column. So partial X, partial Z. We have A1 plus B1, A3 plus B3, and then plus K. So delete this column, this row. So partial Z, partial Y, A1. So this will be partial, this is X, not Z. So we have partial X, A1 plus B1, A2 plus B2, then the sign. So the next step, let's now evaluate this determinant. So we'll have curl of A plus B will be equals to, so I have I into, so partial Y into A3 plus B3 minus partial Z into A2 plus B2 minus J. This one will be partial X of A3 plus B3, and then plus, apply this to this, partial Z of A1 plus B1. Then plus K, partial X of A2 plus B2 minus partial y of A1 plus B1. That's what we have from those determinants. Then we can now rewrite these ones as I, so this A plus B will be I. So partial, remember, sum, derivative of sum of two functions, get the sum of the derivative. So partial A3 partial y plus partial B3 partial y minus partial A2 partial z minus plus is minus partial B2 partial z, and then minus j partial A3 partial x plus partial B3 partial x. This will be minus, not plus. So this must be minus. So this partial B3 partial x minus partial A1 partial z minus partial B1 partial z. And then plus k partial A2 partial x plus partial B2 partial x minus partial A1 partial y minus partial B1 partial y. Then you close the brackets. Now the next step we do is to group A's together and B's together in each of the brackets. So we write curl of A plus B equals to I into, so this bring closer to this. So we have partial A3 partial y minus partial A2 partial z. Then put this in square in these brackets plus partial B3 partial y minus partial B2 partial z. That's just for I. And then for j, we have minus j. So partial A3 partial x partial A3 partial x minus partial A1 partial z plus partial B3 partial x minus partial B1 partial z. Put brackets. And then plus k into, so this will be partial A2 partial x minus partial A1 partial Y plus partial B2, this one here, partial X minus partial B1 partial Y, then close brackets. Now, the curl of the sum will be, so I want to take A's together, so this together and then this together. So you have I partial A3 partial Y minus partial A2 partial Z minus J, I'm picking this, partial A3 partial X minus partial A1 partial Z, then this plus K partial A2 partial X minus partial A1 partial, this is Y, partial Y. And then plus I, now I'm picking for this, so partial B3 partial Y minus partial B2 partial Z, then come here, minus plus is minus J partial B3 partial X minus partial B1 partial Y, then come for K, this and this one here, plus K partial B2, and then partial so B2 and then partial X minus partial B1 partial Y. And by definition, you should be able to see that this is the definition of curl of A, and this other one is the definition of curl of B. So therefore, curl of A plus B is the same as, so this is curl of B Okay, fine. Sorry for that problem. So curl of B, curl of A plus B So the same as this first one is curl of A, and then plus this second one is curl of B. So that is how we determine that result. So remember, this is partial of A2 so partial of B2 so this plus partial B2 partial X minus partial B1 partial Y. So that is how we prove that result. So thank you.